The bid is yours for the United States Constitution at $41 million.
A group of cryptocurrency enthusiasts have failed in their bid to buy a first edition copy of the US Constitution. The extremely rare document sold for $43.2 million at a Sotheby's auction on Thursday. The identity of the winning bidder was not immediately clear, nor was it clear why the cryptocurrency group, called Constitution DAO, was outbid at that price. Their crowdfunding page had quickly amassed more than $47 million, or 11,600 of the cryptocurrency Ether. Constitution DAO took to Twitter to concede defeat. "Community, we did not win the bid," it said, promising to refund more than 17,000 contributors to the fund. If they had succeeded, contributors would not have had any stake in the valuable document, but instead would have been given so-called government's tokens to advise on what happened to it. The document they missed out on is one of 11 known existing copies from the official first printing of the US Constitution, which was adopted by America's founding fathers in Philadelphia in 1787. It last sold for $165,000 in 1988.
At least 53 people are believed to have been killed in a weekend attack on a gendarmerie post in Burkina Faso, according to an updated government toll released on Wednesday. It comes as President Roch Kabore responded to a public outcry over the worst strike on security forces in years. The attack near a gold mine in Inyata killed 49 military police officers and 4 civilians, a government spokesperson said, updating a previous estimate of 32 killed. Hundreds of protesters took to the streets of Burkina Faso's capital on Tuesday over the authorities' failure to curb a 4-year Islamist insurgency that has killed thousands and forced more than 1 million people to flee their homes. They demanded that Kabore resigns for failing to rein in the militants linked to Al-Qaeda and Islamic State. The personnel stationed at the gendarmerie post had run out of food and been forced to slaughter animals in the vicinity for the past 2 weeks, according to a memo sent by the post commander to his superiors last week and seen by Reuters. In a public address on Wednesday, Kabore said he understood why some citizens were angry about the attack and the circumstances leading up to it.
It cannot be normal these days that the army, which has to be the best organized structure in the country, has such important dysfunction. Dysfunction on food and logistics and others.
According to the government spokesperson, 2 senior security service commanders have already been dismissed.
In a surprise concession on Friday, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi said farm laws that sparked a year of protests will be scrapped.
Today I have come to tell you, the whole country, that we have decided to withdraw, repeal all 3 agricultural laws.
Friday was a significant about-face for Modi, a combative leader, though the news comes just ahead of elections early next year in several states, including Uttar Pradesh, the country's most populous. Farmers feared the overhaul would cut the prices they get for their crops. They staged nationwide protests that sometimes broke into violence and drew in activists and celebrities from outside of India, including climate activist Greta Thunberg and US singer Rihanna. Many of the largest are around the capital, New Delhi, where they've been camped since last November. The legislation was introduced months earlier in September. The government had said the reforms meant new opportunities and better prices for farmers. It let them sell produce beyond government-backed wholesale markets. But small farmers said the changes would instead make them vulnerable to competition from big business.
Irish discount airline Ryanair has confirmed it will drop its London Stock Exchange listing next month. It said the volume of trading did not justify the costs related to retaining an additional listing. The company cited falling trading volumes when it first announced the plan earlier this month. It deals a blow to London's status as a global financial centre after Brexit. The move comes after Ryanair's British shareholders' voting rights were restricted following the UK's EU departure. and followed minor BHP saying in August it would do away with its dual-listed structure. Ryanair chief executive Michael O'Leary said last month that Brexit had pushed EU stock ownership of the company below 50%, adding that the European Commission wanted it, quote, to be seen to be taking action. Ryanair said it will continue to hold a primary listing on Euronext Dublin, and that the last day of trading of its shares on the LSE would be December 17th.
We might need the chair. To the chair. Okay. Bear with us here. Should you try and stand on the chair?
Thank you for this award. It means a lot to me and to my cellmates still in Evan prison, that we are not forgotten. It makes my heart melt to see my daughter, now big enough to receive this award, and to read these words. One day may we live in a world where we do not need to fight for our freedom, but thank you to all of you for walking next to us while we still need to do this fight, and for still reminding us that freedom is one day closer. Thank you all, Nazanin.
Thank you. Good job.